Hey guys, it's Brian here, and so, it's been a hot minute since I last filmed, like probably weeks now. I'll be honest, no real excuse, life's been a lot lately, but yeah, I'm excited to film, so here I am. And today, it's gonna be a long overdue MANHWA recommendation type video. It's gonna be a bit different than what I usually do though, because in this video, I'm actually gonna talk about like MANHWA recommendations or MANHWA that have caught my eye, because I actually haven't started any new MANHWA in a while now. I've just been reading Who Made Me a Princess and Death is the Only Ending for Villainess, but I was actually going through like my Instagram and TikTok and things like that, and I just noticed there's like a lot of MANHWA that have really caught my eye. So I decided to make a list and just show you the ones that have caught my eye, and I'll probably read a quick synopsis or whatever of them, and just explain why they caught my eye. So yeah, I won't be able to give you guys any actual like real reviews or anything clearly, but you know what? I feel like I've made you guys wait long enough for these MANHWA recommendations, which I feel like most of you are subscribed for. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, and so the first one I'm gonna mention is I Didn't Mean to Seduce the Male Lead. So I will be honest, it's most definitely the artwork. The reason I want to check this out. I don't remember where I saw this, but I'll read the synopsis real quick for you and to see if it's your cup of tea. I will say most of these I think are going to be like the historical romance princess kind of vibe. I can't promise that's actually true because I just made a list and I'm kind of pulling up the pictures as we go. So we'll see how this goes. But like, look at this artwork. You are not going to be able to focus on it, but gorgeous. So the synopsis is, I possess the body of Baroness Eleanor Maurice, who lost her husband at a young age. However, my part in the original story is only in 4 lines. After all the hard work I've done, I'm now a respectable celebrity in high society. One day, a sweet offer was given to Eleanor. If I let the male lead learn about women, if I can help him form a bond with the imperial princess just like in the novel, I'll have a fortune within my grasp. Alright. With a big heart, I head over to the male lead Ryan's house. But your problem is, I fell in love with you during that night. I was just planning to take a bath and leave. This is the heart-pounding yet bitter story of Eleanor, who has become an unwanted scandal maker in the Empire. Honestly, that last line sold it perfectly. I was like, this is sounding very scandalous. And it definitely is. And like, now I'm even more interested in it. It is a fantasy romance historical shoujo. It came out in 2021. Oh my god, this art looks so good. I'm just on Kitsu looking through like the little page and I'm excited. Wow, now I really want to start this. Okay. And so the next MANHWA I want to check out is called False Confession. It looks like we got some knights. I don't know, it looks good. The art style, again, I'll just pop these on screen, but like, yes, it's definitely the art style. That's usually the case for me. Came out in 2019 as a comedy, fantasy, romance, love polygon, isekai, and drama. I do love me some reverse harems, so like if it has that, definitely my cup of tea. But anyways, the synopsis for this one is, I think I've fallen for you. With a single drunken confession, these names always get me. Renisha's plans to live a comfortable and uneventful life were shattered. Somehow she confessed her love to the wrong man, the Grim Reaper of the battlefield, Duke Calvert Willard. It's the worst thing to happen to her since she woke up in this fantasy universe and discovered her divine powers. In the midst of a war with a neighboring country, Renisha must balance her duties as a healer with her feelings for 2 alluring knights. This sounds right up my alley as well. When romance blooms on the battlefield, who will be victorious in the battle for Renee's heart? Wow, I love this. This sounds like, it sounds good. Oh no, someone's comment is still waiting for a 2nd season after 1 year. I feel like the good ones are always on hiatus in that. Like there's the one about Frig. There's the one I love. I was so obsessed with, but like, I feel like that's been on hiatus forever. Someone said this MANHWA somehow makes me frustrated and all bubbly at the same time. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to check this one out as well. And so in the next one, this one has been on my list for a very long time. I just have never got around to it, and I feel like most people know about it now. But I don't believe it's a romance or anything like that. I think it's more of an action type, and it is Solo Leveling. I don't think I'm going to read the synopsis for this because I feel like most people know about it, but let's see. Oh, it's finished. So it came out in 2018. It is finished and it has 179 chapters. It is an adventure action fantasy shonen? I don't think I'm going to read the synopsis because it is quite long and I feel like everyone knows Solo Leveling. But yeah, I am eventually going to check out this one. I actually was at Conspiracy, which is like a comic book kind of store here, and they had a copy of it and I was kind of very intrigued, but I didn't buy it. Alright, and so the next one is Villainess Maker. Again, this one's another one that has been on my list for quite a while now, but I just haven't got around to checking it out. And it is just another reincarnation. It's a comedy, drama, fantasy, isekai, time travel, romance. Again, I do enjoy the artwork. Oh my god, does he have a tattoo? He has a tattoo. Wow. But the synopsis for this one is basically, I reincarnated into a romance fantasy novel written 10 years ago. On top of that, I became the villainess Ayla, who cursed the female lead and was killed by the male lead. There is more, but I'm just gonna skip that because again, this one looks like quite a bit of a long one. But it sounds interesting. I am intrigued. I love those villainous ones, and like, I'm a sucker for romance. This one has a 79% Kitsu score. I feel like most of these have had a pretty solid Kitsu score, so that's always good. Alright, so this one is another one that has been on my list for ages now, but this one, okay, I really like the art style. Okay, I should say the name. So this one is Beware the Villainess, and like I was saying, I really enjoy the art style of this one, but I think the male lead's the guy with blue hair. And like, he's just not my favorite. Like, he's just not like my ideal male lead, and I feel like that's why I've pushed this one off for so long, even though I've heard so many good things about it, and it has a good rating, and I've heard it's just like really funny and everything. But like, the male lead's just not my favorite, and like, that's literally what's holding me back from checking this out, because it came out in 2020, and I've seen it so often. I see it all the time, and this synopsis isn't too long, so we'll give it a quick read. A refreshing, unique villainess who's been dropped in the world of a novel, only to overthrow it all. The reason why? She couldn't just stand by and watch the female lead be manipulated by all 4 shitty male leads. Oh, there's 4. The story of a villainess who intends to throw out all the jackasses and a wolf that only yearns for her. So I feel like the wolf is the guy with the blue hair, and like, I feel like then he's gonna win, but like, he's not my favorite, so I don't really want him to win. So do you see my issue with why I haven't checked out this one? I feel like I'm being really dramatic, but I'm just sharing. I'm just being honest. I always try to be really honest and open on my channel. And yeah, like this one, the artwork's pretty. I've heard such good things. But like, I just don't think I'm gonna like the male lead. But like, if I'm wrong, like, let me know. If you've read this, let me know your thoughts on it. It's a comedy, drama, fantasy, romance, and an isekai, because aren't they always isekai on my channel? I'm a sucker for isekai, even though they're all very repetitive and tend to be the same, but I'm still a sucker. Okay, so this one has been on my list for quite a while now. This one was one of the ones, like, I feel like one of the first ones I ever saw, but the art style just didn't call out to me, which is probably why I started Who Made Me a Princess. I feel like I saw them around the same time, but Who Made Me a Princess, the art style I was just drawn to. So this one is They Say I Was Born a King's Daughter, and this one came out in 2016, and like, yeah, like, I've heard good things about it. I feel like this was, I don't want to say one of the first originals, because like, I don't know that much information, and I don't want to say anything wrong, but I feel like this was one of the OGs. It's a comedy, fantasy, josei, and romance. And like, yeah, like, I've heard good things about it. I don't believe it's completed, even though it came out in 2016. But yeah, like, I've heard good things. It's just like, I don't know how I feel about this art style. It's just so basic. Like, it's not like, I feel like a lot of manhwa I read is like majestic, like magical, just so endearing and like draws you in. And this one just doesn't really do that for me. But alright, let's read this synopsis, just because I've never actually read the synopsis for this one. I don't think I've ever read the synopsis for any of these, so that's why I'm kind of like laughing and smiling while reading them, because like, it just draws me in a bit more. But let's try this one. It does look like there's going to be some names I'm going to screw up, so I apologize in advance. After spending most of her youth fielding the attention of countless wealthy suitors, Sui Kim finally finds true love with a steady boyfriend named Jinsu Han. But then tragedy strikes, and Soo-hee is murdered in cold blood. To Soo-hee's surprise, she is immediately reincarnated as a baby girl named Sang-hee Kim, who just happens to be a princess. Plus, she is fully conscious of her past life. There's just one problem. In this society, women are seen as totally inferior, even princesses. Appalled by the treatment of women, Sang-hee is determined to change the kingdom's patriarchal, I'm definitely saying that wrong, ways. Will Sang-hee be able to succeed, or will she be stuck living her second life being treated as a lowly woman? You know what? The art style is not my favorite, but this sounds like this has a lot of potential, like a strong, independent queen, and like, I'm here for that. So yeah, eventually I'm going to check that one out. If you, again, like I mentioned before, if you have checked it out, I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these. Alright, and so the next one has 2 names. It is either I Raised the Beast Well or My Gently Raised Beast. I've seen both, so I'm just gonna say both. On Kitsu, it's My Gently Raised Beast, though. And this one came out in 2020. This one, I wasn't sure how I felt. It just, like, I don't know, it sounds a little different, I'm not gonna lie, but like, the artwork's really pretty, so like, I'm a sucker for that. And so let's just hop right into the synopsis. It says, Blondina, Nice name. A princess who has commoner's blood lived quietly in a separate palace. Due to her mixed blood, she was treated with contempt. One day she happens upon a wounded black cat and decides to treat it, but the lovely cat she assumed it to be was actually... Then it just has like some quotes from the manhwa, but I'm not gonna read those. But alright, that sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. And like, I'm a sucker for the male lead. Like, he is a cutie. He has like tan skin, purple eyes, I thought they were red for a second, and dark hair, and like, I love me a male lead with dark hair. Alright, and so the next one I believe is I Became the Wife of the Male Lead. I believe it has a different title on Kitsu. It has either the Korean name for it, but I'm pretty sure this is the right one. And again, I'm a sucker for the artwork. That's what totally drew me in for this one. I can tell just by looking at the title. Male lead with dark hair. Like I mentioned before, my favorite. This one is a bit of a synopsis, so let's just hop right in. I feel like my voice is getting so raspy. I possessed the body of Fiona, the final villainess whose soul was sentenced to eternal suffering after her gruesome demise at the hands of the world's hero. She was tortured by her own family just because she was an illegitimate child. And so, arriving 6 years before the start of the novel, I was sent to the war at the age of 13. Fortunately, as the story's greatest villainess, Fiona was a genius mage. I had to survive the monster invasion, but now I couldn't be in the middle of a battlefield. Just before I ran out of breath, I encountered the teenage male lead. Why is he here? Well, if the male lead dies here, then the world will be destroyed, so let's save him first. Sounds interesting. I like this. Okay. It sounds good. It sounds good. Alright, and so the second last one, because I am doing 10. I like to do 10. I don't know why. 10 just seems like a solid number to always do, so I always try to do that number. And it is How to Get My Husband on My Side. And this one came out in 2021. It is a drama, fantasy, psychological, romance, and historical. So like always, guys, the artwork drew me in, though I will say it's complicated with the male lead. He has red eyes, which like, again, sucker for, but he has white hair, and I never really tend to like the male leads with white hair. Just saying. Just a fun fact. A lot of people are talking about pain though on Kitsu, so like I'm a little concerned, but alright, let's read the synopsis. She became a villainess who died by her husband's hand in the novel. Alright. To be more precise, she became a supporting character who died while being used as a tool for political marriage by her father and brother. One day, my damn father crawled out and chose my fifth groom. Fifth. The problem is that the chosen person was the best paladin of the north and the very person who will kill me and my family in the future. First, I have to find a way to live. In the novel, before finding a way to save my sister-in-law that was going to die by my hands, there are many challenges I need to overcome, such as melting my husband's cold exterior, gaining the northerner's favor, and overcoming the duke's contempt. If I can overcome these challenges, wouldn't my life be saved later? I fell in love with you, so please spare me. So this definitely doesn't sound original. I can definitely think of manhwa I've heard of that sounds similar to it. But regardless, I am a sucker for the same type of thing, so I'm definitely going to be checking this out. And alright, so last from not least, another manhwa that I'm eventually going to check out when I pick up manhwa again, because I've still been kind of reading novels, but that's a whole other story and I don't want to ramble too much. And so this one is Daisy, How to Become the Duke's Fiancée. And so this one kind of complicated me because the artwork looks so similar to like Sincerely I Became the Duke's Maid or whatever. Is that the one? It's the one that he has a curse and he's like all tattooed on, I think. Yeah, he has tattoos because that's how you could tell he's cursed. But like the male lead and the female leads look so much like those characters, and the title, like since it's Daisy and then How to Become, the other one's like Sincerely I Became the Duke's Maid, so like the titles are so similar. I'm curious now if it's by the same authors, just because they look so similar, and I do enjoy Sincerely I Became the Duke's Maid, so that's why I added this one to my list to eventually check out. There's not much on it on Kitsu. It is a drama, fantasy, time travel, romance, so I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick again. Get married to the Marquise for 3 years and receive 5 billion coins versus endure physical labor with no pay for 60 years. Which choice will Daisy make? A marriage of convenience develops between Daisy, who is a baron's daughter, and the Marquise. I hope I'm saying that right. The conditions of the contract are simple. No affection or love allowed, must work together as one, and guaranteed divorce 3 years later. Most importantly, do not do anything that can make the other fall in love. After pathetically drowning to death, Daisy goes back in time, and now with her second life, she has one simple wish: to achieve happiness. Will she be able to fulfill it by Killian's side? So you know what? That sounds pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very into that one actually now that I read the synopsis. Like most of these, I feel like most of these, the synopsis really called out to me because before this video, I'm someone that doesn't really look at synopsis, I just look at the art. Like I feel like I'm very like simple-minded, simple-brained, and I'm like, that art's pretty, give me it. Or like, it will have the smallest thing and I'm like, yes, give me it. Like, I don't care. So yeah, these sound really good. I feel like these are some good picks for you guys to check out if you're looking for some manhwa recommendations to read. If you are in a rut right now and can't find anything, definitely recommend checking out those. Or if you already have, please like leave comments, let others know how they are. If you're gonna include spoilers, just like warn them down below, like always, because you don't want to wreck it for others. You can wreck it for me. I personally don't mind. I love spoilers. I just do. I'm too impatient and like I think I'm anxious, so spoilers like make me like not a good thing. But yeah, it feels so nice to be filming again since I haven't done it in so long, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was worth the wait. And yeah, I missed you guys. I hope you guys missed me too. Feel free to comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. Like it as well. It helps out my channel and it definitely motivates me to make more videos, even though life has been kicking my butt lately. But you know what? I'm trying. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying to film videos. I'm hoping to film part of a video I want to do. A little bit of it tonight. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Because I feel like the video I want to film is gonna take a little bit of time to film and edit, but like it'll hopefully be worth it in the end. I don't know. But usually I ramble. I'm gonna try not to do that. So yeah. Hope you, like I said before, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff down below. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.